Good morning. Good morning. So, how did the Jehovian Annunaki seals removal session make a difference to my life or not? So, I've had a couple of you wanting an update years after my J seals removal to ask me how I'm getting on and what effect that session has had on my life. So, I will start off by mentioning the positive aspects. So, having the matrix unplugging session, which includes the Jehovian Annunaki seals removal, did have some impact on my life, but not everything that I had hoped or imagined at the time that it would. So, let me start off by explaining a little bit about what are the Jehovian Annunaki seals and explain why this could be a good option for you. So, across many texts, including the Bible, there is mention of seals that are placed on human consciousness. Now, this specifically is placed on your strands of DNA. Currently, scientists are telling us that we have 2 strands of DNA. But on the spiritual level, on the etheric level, we have at least 12. So a lot of these seals are placed on different strands of DNA and effectively limit our awareness, consciousness, and our ability to perceive things. So it's very much a limitation on our natural human psychic abilities. And I say natural because truly this is our heritage, our natural state, our gift. But due to issues on this planet with all the distortion, all the negativity, these seals have been placed on us to make us, in my point of view, more submissive to being dominated and controlled by whatever powers wish to remain in power. So these seals, in effect, have a kind of dumbing down effect, and create some veils of illusion for us. So when I had this session, gosh, I can't actually remember whether it was in 2020 or 2021, but I started off having the Jehovian Annunaki seal session, then followed by the matrix unplugging session, because folks, the J seal session is only a fraction of the seals that need to be removed. So the matrix unplugging session that I now do, by the way, it encompasses a whole host of other seals, as well as unplugging you from the hive mind of slavery mentality. So there are some kind of global programming that's operating, that's making us more fearful, more compliant, more likely to submit to fear tactics or manipulation tactics. So to be honest, the matrix unplugging session, which includes the J seal removal, is the most comprehensive. It also removes an initial layer of self-sabotaging behaviors. So compulsive people-pleasing, obeying commands no matter what, many other kind of shadow personas or archetypes that really stunt our ability to move forward in life. So just to recap what happened with me after I did have that session, well, overnight my eyesight changed. So one of the seals is located on the DNA strand that operates the pineal gland. And that has links to the back of your retina. So for me, my eyesight changed, but it wasn't just on the physical level. It was also on the level of perception. So I noticed that I was able to perceive more clearly distortions, negative patterns within myself or others, or even on the world level. Like I was able to perceive the manipulation and the game playing that was happening on whatever level, whether it was a one-to-one level, whether it was on a global level. And I lost my fear. I lost my fear of being poverty stricken. And at the time, I was working for an organic supermarket and had for years thought about leaving and to go more full time in this business. But for whatever reason, I just kept holding myself back. Well, as soon as those sessions took place, I just felt, okay, it's time to go. I wasn't even completely financially ready. You know, I didn't have massive savings or anything, but I just decided, yeah, I'm done. It's time to move on. And so I left my job and I went full time in my business. And I dared to go full in. And it really paid off because I love doing what I do. I love helping myself and you guys to move on in life. That's all that we want. We all want to grow and expand and experience life more fully. Now, I'm going to tell you what difference it did not make to my life. So whilst it was great at increasing my awareness this session, it did not solve some remaining childhood trauma issues, self-sabotage issues that I was still experiencing on the mental, emotional, and physical levels. So many of you may or may not know, I've grown up in a household where one of my parents had a mental health problem and the other one had, let's just say, lack of perception. Yeah, perception issues, awareness issues, emotional awareness issues. So one of my parents had a personality disorder, still has. And that had an impact on me. And that impact was, you know, I was very codependent. I had some strong people-pleasing tendencies. And I was fearful of expressing my true feelings, my human needs, and even negotiating relationships. So I had developed a kind of disorganized, leaning, avoidant attachment style. Now, I think the fact that I left home age 18 made a big difference because it allowed me to begin the process of becoming my own person, separate from my parents, who had had a very strong influence on my life, especially my mother, who had some very controlling and domineering ways about her. I understand why. You know, she was very anxious and she needed everything to be just so. But what I'm trying to say here is, although I had the matrix unplugging session, it didn't resolve those issues. Now, I had already been working on those issues for some years before I had those sessions. You know, good. Well, at least quite a lot more seriously from 2007, 2008, including psychotherapy. But even psychotherapy had its limitations, you know. I got a great cognitive, mental understanding of my problems, but I was still getting triggered. So to be honest, what's made a huge difference is working on my disorganized attachment style, creating my own identity, releasing the layers of trauma Now, nobody could really explain to me how to do this, and I tried many modalities until I discovered something that combined 3 different modalities, and in my own business, I help people to release those off. Because we can all do as much CBT and behavioral changes as we like, but fundamentally, childhood trauma lives on the subconscious mind level. That's the beliefs that have been programmed into your nervous system. So we definitely need to incorporate a more whole person approach when it comes to moving forward in life and progressing in life, which means being able to identify what programs did I pick up from my parents, which are really not helpful to me now. So I wish I could tell you guys that at the time when I had my matrix unplugging session, I thought it was going to be a magic wand that would just solve all my problems, but it wasn't. It helped. It for sure helped me become clearer at identifying my own patterns. But my lovelies, we still have to do the work on the human level. What kind of work am I talking about? Emotional regulation, nervous system regulation, releasing off the limiting beliefs and programming, but then also building and plugging the gaps where your parents didn't teach you certain key life skills. Individuation. So I have set about diving more deeply into all of this in the past 3 or 4 years, and I'm delighted to be coaching people now on these issues, as well as continuing to offering my spiritual healing services. But I would say the best results that I have received are from doing all the work on all the levels of dimension. Not just the upper levels, but the mental, emotional body. Very important. Now, I see I have some comments here. Hello, hello, hello. So a lot of you, if you've experienced the same issues as the commenter, if you are interested in identifying the root cause of your issues, whether they're spiritual, mental, or emotional, then I invite you to get the free healing session. You see the link running down below. That will give you a mini energetic clearing, not a fundamental one, but an initial one to get you going. And following that are a series of videos where every day I kind of go into more detail as to what kind of work needs to happen on the spiritual, mental, emotional, and a little bit on the physical levels, so you can move forward with your purpose, with your soul mission. So I hope you found this helpful and useful. Please let me know in the comments, and like, share, and subscribe if you found this useful. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.